While sitting alone in a cafe after being fired, a nurse finds unexpected company in a homeless man. The next day, a limo pulls up to her doorstep, and her life takes a turn she never imagined. Lorraine sat slouched in a New York cafe, the weight of the world pressing on her shoulders. She had just lost her job, fired after a heated argument with her arrogant boss. For months, she had tolerated his behavior, biting her tongue to keep her paycheck, but yesterday she snapped. "I had no choice," she whispered to herself, staring at the cold coffee before her. But the truth was, she regretted it. Bills were piling up, and living paycheck to paycheck had left her with no safety net. The cafe, usually a place of solace, offered no comfort today. Its cozy charm, straw chairs, round glass tables adorned with flowers, was lost on Lorraine. Her mind was drowning in a sea of worries when a soft, hesitant voice broke through her thoughts. "Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if I have the rest of your coffee, if you're not drinking it?" Startled, Lorraine looked up to see a disheveled man standing before her. His worn-out clothes and tired eyes made it clear he was homeless. "Oh, the coffee?" she stammered. "Sure. I wasn't going to drink it anyway." As he took the seat across from her, Lorraine found herself saying, "Please, join me." The man introduced himself as Jeffrey, and after a few sips of the cold coffee, he glanced at her with surprising warmth. "You seem troubled," he said. "I don't mean to pry, but if talking helps, I'm here to listen." At first, Lorraine hesitated, but something about Jeffrey's kind demeanor made her open up. She poured out her worries, the unfair boss, the firing, and the suffocating fear of not being able to make ends meet. "I'm sorry," she said, realizing she might have overshared. "I didn't mean to dump all that on you." Jeffrey waved her apology away with a gentle smile. "No need to apologize. Sometimes sharing your burden lightens it." Feeling a flicker of gratitude, Lorraine offered to buy him something to eat. Though her wallet was already thin, she ordered him a sandwich and 2 fresh coffees. As they shared the meal, Jeffrey lightened the mood with jokes and encouragement. "If I were your boss," he said with a playful grin, "I'd show up in a limo and beg you to work for me." Lorraine laughed for the first time in days. "Thanks, Jeffrey. I needed that." As they walked out together, Jeffrey kept a respectful distance behind her. Lorraine turned, puzzled. "Why are you walking so far back?" He flushed. "I'm a homeless man. If people see us together, they might judge you." Lorraine shook her head and took his hand. "I don't care what people think. To me, you're a kind soul. Your appearance doesn't define your worth." Jeffrey's eyes glistened with tears. He thanked her for her kindness, but declined her offer to spend the night at her place, not wanting to impose. "Take care, Jeffrey," Lorraine said as he walked away. "I hope we meet again." That night, as Lorraine lay in bed, her anxieties returned. She cried herself to sleep, wondering how she would rebuild her life. The next morning, a loud knock at her door startled her awake. When she opened it, a man in a suit stood before her. Behind him, a sleek black limo idled at the curb. "Good morning, Ms. Simpson," the man said. "My name is Stuart. My boss sent me to escort you. He's eager to meet you." Lorraine blinked in disbelief. There must be some mistake. Who would send a limo for me? "You'll understand soon, ma'am," Stuart assured her. Curiosity overpowered her doubt. With 911 pre-dialed on her phone, she climbed into the limo. They arrived at one of the most prestigious medical clinics in town, and there, waiting for her, was Jeffrey. But he looked entirely different, clean-shaven, dressed in a tailored suit, and exuding an air of confidence. "Jeffrey?" Lorraine gasped. He smiled warmly. "Lorraine, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Carter, a psychologist. I often disguise myself as a homeless man for sociological experiments. When I met you, I saw your strength and kindness. I knew I had to offer you a place here." Lorraine was speechless as Jeffrey explained. "People often treat me differently when they know who I am. But in my disguise, I get to see their true colors. And Lorraine, your kindness shone through." Jeffrey offered her a position at the clinic, a new beginning she desperately needed. Overwhelmed, Lorraine realized that her small act of kindness had changed her life in ways she never imagined. Kindness never goes unnoticed. Share this story with someone who might need to hear it today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more heartfelt tales on My Tears.